questions.
Coach, can you talk about the defensive intensity early in their first 8 possessions? I think they had 7 turnovers and a block shot. You guys really kind of set the tone.
Fortunately, they have a very good team, an experienced team. And so, we knew we had to come out and be focused because, they're a team that doesn't take shots that they shouldn't take. They get the shot that they want. And they traditionally, and not just traditionally, this year have been very good at executing. And so I think our guys came out with a focus. If you remember and I forget the exact numbers, but the start of our game against them last year, I think, and I could be way off on this, but I think like 4 of their first 6 shots were threes. And then we had to come back out. So our guys saw that, remembered that, and, we were fortunate at the defensive end to get off to a good start.
In a game like that, when you have the opportunity in the second half to substitute some of your starters, what would you like to see from Julian and Henry at this point in the process, and are you seeing?
I don't know. We overall, I just had a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. We did not play well. And you guys have heard me say over and over again, it's about us. It's not, particularly this time of year, it's not about the opponent. It's not about the score. It's us trying to prepare, us trying to get better, us trying to improve. And, regardless of what the numbers, well, regardless of what the score is, I'm a little disappointed in how we played today. Now, we have to keep moving forward, and we have to learn and grow. And so, those guys need the minutes, those guys need the reps, and all that's fine and dandy. But collectively, that wasn't one of our better games.
It seemed like there were a lot of just outside shots. Like they happened to go in today, but you didn't get a lot of the looks that you typically did.
I think at both ends of the floor we didn't get a lot of what we typically do or what we typically get, and so, we have guys that can make shots, and sometimes you're going to, we have guys that when they throw it up there, it's going to go in. But just the way, we have to continue to focus on how we execute, what we're looking for at both ends of the floor. Whether it's our defensive rotations, our communication, our slides at the offensive end, whether it's staying with our stuff, turnover, getting different kinds of looks on offense. We can get off threes. We can get shots off. We have guys that can make those. But just the flow. The flow was not there today. And you guys have heard me talk about flow. That's how I see the game. And the flow was not where it should be at either end of the floor.
Garrison has been used to this kind of pressure all season, but he said today that it was different how you guys executed. Talk about your philosophy going in and shutting him down from three-point range.
I'm trying to look and see how many he had. He made 1. That's terrific because he is a terrific player. Not only can he shoot, he knows how to get his shots. He does a terrific job. I told our guys he does a terrific job of reading the defense, And so, our guys were attentive, but also, particularly I think in the first half, he got a couple looks that he normally makes that it just didn't go in. It just didn't go in. Maybe we sped him up a little bit. I don't think so. I just think, it just fell our way today in regard to that. But, he scores points. He puts the ball in the basket. And a lot of guys can shoot. He knows how to play, and which is, it's hard to get 11 threes off against a team that wants to take away the threes. And so you have to be a good player. And that's what, going into that, we said it's against a lot of good shooters. Like it's not about let's not let little Billy make shots. We don't want little Billy to take shots. We want to be there so he can't take the shots he wants to take. For him to get off 17 shots and 11 threes against us is, regardless of how many he made, that's good on his part, not good enough on our part.
Chris seems to get going today shooting much back, and talk about how you actually had him before the year and trading for a full-time player.
Yeah, Chris, I don't. You say he got going. I think Chris has been going for a while now. I think he's playing very, very well. You guys have heard me say many times, it's not about just what points he puts on the board. Against in the Maryland game, I thought he did a great job of running our team and placing people where they should be and making sure we got the looks that we wanted to look. I mean, the looks that we wanted to get, the shots that we wanted to get. You know, at the defensive end, you know, he brings such intensity, you know, that he can cover his man and help on everyone else's man at the same time. So, you know, Chris scored points today, but I think he's been playing very, very well, to tell you the truth.
You had to give I mean, I know you're not big on giving positives or games that you don't particularly happy about, but it looked like Jesse maybe might have played was solid all-around game defensively out there.
Yeah, and this is you know, we started Jesse off on Garrison. You know, we started him on Grievous the last game. You know, and that's two big jobs against two very good offensive players, and he's risen to the task. He's accepted the challenge and gone out and done a very good job at the defensive end. You know, and today is slightly different than Maryland, just in that they run you off and through so many screens that you're constantly being hit and re-hit, and you know you have a flare screen, then you have to turn and fight back over an on ball. And I think that just in general, Jesse's done a very good job of fighting through all that the last couple of games.
Any other questions for Coach? What were you particularly disappointed with?
The flow. You know, the flow. It's not, it's us. You know, it's us and how we do things. You all right? You know, and, you know, good or bad, win or lose, this time of year it's about us improving. Everybody. You know, from these three to everyone else that's back in the locker room. And so, you know, we got to keep moving forward. You know, we got to keep moving forward. We have to continue to get better. We have to execute better. We have to make better decisions. You know, all the above.
May I ask about the flow? I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that. Is that the pace at which they play?
I don't know that I can explain it any other way. It's not pace. It's flow. You know, just the rhythm of the game. I know what I mean. I'm not good at articulating. You guys know what I mean, right? Okay. I'm not sure, but it's not the pace. I've said the pace is irrelevant, but it's what we get, what looks we get, how we get shots, what shots we get, when we get them. The variation of different kinds of shots. It's just the flow, the rhythm of the game.
Is that I hate to use this word for guys, but is that a laziness issue in some respects?
I don't think so.
Working hard enough to get good shots.
No.
If you're making all these, you know, if you basically start 7 or 8 of 3, then you realize, well, hey, you know, it's one of those days maybe you don't have to work that hard to get a better shot. I would not categorize it as laziness, because this group's been, in every aspect, working very, very hard. Very, very hard. It's just more of the rhythm, just an understanding, you know, and it's, you know, we have to have 1 through 12 to understand that, not just 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
You mentioned earlier having complaints at both ends. What's your complaint about the defense doing in the first half?
I mean, it's hard to come out of a half where they score 12 points and be upset, but I was. You know, and so, like I said, I don't evaluate my team as a group, and I don't evaluate any individual player by picking up this piece of paper and just looking at this and saying, oh, that happened. He had a good game. He didn't have a good game. No, they had a good game. You know, even in the 12 shots, the 12 points that they had in the first half, they had too many open looks. They just didn't go in. All right, thank you. You know my question.
How frustrating is it to be defined by offense only, and y'all play some of the best defense in the country? Every time somebody talks to y'all, they talk about Princeton and your offense, but you guys led the nation in field goal percentage last year, which is the most difficult percentage to lead. and these kids are busting their ass on defense this year. How frustrating is that to be a one-dimensional definition team?
Well, I learned a long time ago from a guy who used to sit in my chair. We don't worry about what people say or don't say. You know, and that, I mean, frustrating, I don't know. I do know that these guys work their behinds off, have for a couple of years. This group does too. And no one, I said it, no one talks about our defense. We don't care. Don't start now. Don't start now. Don't talk about it. Just keep talking about our offense. Maybe the opposition will just worry about our offense, not worry about how well we guard. Thank you.
Thank you.